Is this desperation or is it a lie? All right, buckle up, folks. So here I am on a dealer lot that has had some crazy inventory, and they've removed it and put it on their overflow lot. And you can see, makes it look like these things are selling, right? Selling like hotcakes. Empty parking lot. That looks good for business. But the truth, as we all know, is these things have been sitting forever and ever. So I did a little research, and this one here, right, 2025 model, we got a big horn, crew cab, decent setup, nothing too crazy, right? You got the old V6, so that one might be a little better than that fancy new Hurricane engine from a reliability standpoint. But we're looking at 57,000 bucks, and you don't even want to know how long this thing has been here, man. This has just crossed over the 501 day mark as of today. That's nuts. It is pretty wild, folks. And you look at this one here, right? And it's the same thing, 57,000. This is 491 days. That's wild. So when you're talking 500 and some odd days, right? And keep in mind, that's just on this lot, so we don't even know how long that these things have been sitting there. You're thinking, stale gas, probably at least one dead battery, if not more. And what are they going to do to move this? Well, this dealer is actually offering a pretty hefty discount on some of these. So they're knocking up to $20,000 off of MSRP on these ones that have been sitting around forever. Like this one is 494 days. And I don't like this quad cab. They don't have 20K off of this one because the price is only, 51,000. But the more expensive, like Laramies and some of these other full-size 2500s, once you get up to that like $80,000 mark, that's when they're knocking 25K off. But is that really a discount? Well, this dealer has a $900 dock fee. They charge another $1,950 transfer fee. So I guess the delivery for these trucks, they're tacking on another 2,000 bucks. That's before your tax tags and title, right? So on that one over there, they're knocking like $11,000 off. And then you have $3,000 to $4,000 in fees. So in reality, you're getting, 7 grand off, something like that. And these have almost 150 days supply on the national average. That can change in your area. I know my area here is just jam-packed with these. And $7,000 off doesn't really do too much when you've raised your prices, like 40 and 50%, like just insane, like Ram has done. So they're having to walk a lot of that back. You can see these on the discounted market, slightly used at all sorts of wholesale dealers, and this one's pretty sharp looking though, man. Right, so this bighorn, black on black, and what do we got? 60K. And that's funny because on their website they are doing, like 10, 15, $18,000 off. But here on the lot, somebody doesn't check their website, they're doing a markup. So your total price is $61,197. So always check those websites, folks. Like that's wild. But you can see they have numerous lots that they're parking these on, and that illusion. Got a bunch of Jeeps here, of course. Right, so what do we got here? So Gladiator Sport Trim, $38,000. Look at the amount of options that are on this thing. I mean, that's just wild. So it goes from 38,000 bucks to $55,000. But at the end of the day, you still have just like a sport trim Jeep Gladiator. I do like this color though. Put that up on the screen. I think it's pretty sharp looking. 38 grand for something like that, you know, that's might not be all that terrible. But 55 grand? Yeah, no thanks. Look at this bright and shiny. Right, that'll wake you up every day, won't it? As an owner of an orange car, I can say that this is a orange on a whole new level. Sahara, 60,000 bucks. Man, amazing fuel economy though. 21 miles per gallon. Sweet. Looks like they improved that interior a little bit though. You know, I've never really had much of a problem with Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, all those folks. I think that they've done some really nice interiors for quite a long time. And yeah, there's another bright and shiny. Trying to bring it to you folks, right? They want to get your attention, and that definitely are. 54 grand, 19 miles per gallon. This has got some meaty mud tires on here though. Mud terrain, BF Goodrich. Check out those knobs, man. That's some legit off-road tire right there. You know, it's definitely no road tire like this one here. These things have been sitting around forever too, of course, right? 300, 400, 500 days as usual. So what does this mean? Like what would I advise you to do? If you're in the market for a pickup, right? So I would definitely consider one of these, but the issue is, you know, sitting 500-600 days, right? Think about all the crap that's going to go wrong with that. Brake lines, you know, all your fluids, just a lot of things that are going to add up, right? Your tires, you're going to have flat spots in those because I highly doubt they're moving them around or anything. And you may end up in a fairly dangerous situation. You know, I would work with the dealers and honestly like Ram corporate and let them know and be like, hey, look, I'm interested in this truck. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a nice pickup, but it's been sitting here for 600 days. I want you guys to go through and replace all that crap. I want the transmission serviced. I want everything flushed. I want new brake lines. I want all this stuff, and I'm willing to buy it. Or you could continue to have it sit here for 800 days maybe, right? Let's see how long we can keep it up. And I would ask for that discount too. So the ball's in your court, folks. And I think that you'll see more and more of this stuff, you know, big time discounts. But is it really, right? Do your research, you know, look it up online, hold them to it. And don't just walk onto these lots and pay the price that you see, you know, on the sticker there. You got to get away from that stuff, especially with this brand. You've got some leverage here and you need to use it if you want a new Ram. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you.